1515 now proudly brings to you the GTS podcast, Guys Talking Smack, the weekly podcast where we talk about whether Smackdown was a smack up, smack downer, or a smack in the face. This is your boy EJ the King.
It's your guy J.Fields.
And Smackdown Live took place this weekend.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
Name another city in New Hampshire. I'll wait.
I don't even know the capital, and that's bad.
I used to. I used to have a song.
Miss Windsor.
Miss Windsor.
Miss Windsor, Whitehaven.
Or Miss Thompson. No, Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson.
Yeah.
That was my geography teacher.
Yeah.
Anywho, took you out to the Whitehaven days. It's really slow in news and rumors. Gonna go on and put that out there. Ain't too much going on. But it was something I was gonna say, but I guess it's not that important or not that big. So anyway, match to watch for you. Got one?
I do. I got a few. But I'm only gonna give you one.
All right.
I got enough matches to last until probably the end of June.
Let me guess. Ring of Honor.
Nope. Revolution Pro.
Oh, okay.
This card was live from the Cockpit 16, and it was a hell of a match between Donovan Dijak and Josh Bodum, who is the British Cruiserweight champion, current British Cruiserweight champion. When I tell you from start to finish, that match was really damn good. Like, they went at each other. You know, Donovan Dijak's like 6'7", 6'8", doing cruiserweight springboards and corkscrews and like ridiculous. And he took it to Josh Bodum, but Josh Bodum brought it to him too, and actually beat Dijak in the match. It was real stiff match. It was cool to see Dijak, fighting the British style. See how well he would hold up with the hard hitting. And he brought it. They were knocking each other's heads off. It was good stuff. So that's my match. Josh Bodum, Donovan Dijak. It might be on YouTube. Live from the Cockpit, Revolution Pro. Check it out.
All right. Well, moving on to the rundown of the card before we get into our review. So, J.Fields, what happened on Smackdown Live this week?
All right, so Smackdown Live was live from Manchester, New Hampshire. The show kicked off with Kevin Owens proclaiming himself as the new host of the highlight reel to kind of, take more digs at Chris Jericho and the fact that he took him out. And he also says during the segment that he was going to do the same thing, or if not worse, to AJ Styles Sunday at Backlash.
Yep.
So that allowed AJ Styles to come down to the ring, and he basically said that he was going to bring the U.S. title back to the good old U.S. of A., which gave the crowd a chance to, get behind him and support him even more. And then Jinder Mahal interrupted because they were going to have a match next up, a one-on-one match between AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal. So in that match, we saw Jinder defeat AJ Styles with the assistance from the Singh brothers. They basically distracted the referee long enough for Kevin Owens to leave commentary. He did commentary for this match, and he hit AJ Styles in the leg with the United States title and allowed Jinder to hit the Cobra Clutch Slam, which we now have a name for.
Okay, I just want to say, didn't they call
it? They didn't like ours from last week.
We gave them a whole bunch of.
We gave them plenty of choices. They could have did a survey online,
a poll.
A poll online to figure out which one they like the best. But they named the move the Colossus. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was getting you drum roll.
I know. I should have waited.
It's all good.
It's the Colossus.
So fucking lame.
It is.
God.
I like ours better.
God damn.
And it terrible. But he hit the Colossus on AJ Styles and picked up the victory over him. Next up, we got a video package, a collage of the Lana video packages with her in the different outfits doing the dance that she does with the chair.
Lana, we love you. Well, I love you.
I love her too. She's not as much as Alexa. Man, I miss her. I love you, Alexa. Moving on. Next up, we had our third installment of the Fashion Files. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry.
With Breezango And they were live in New Hampshire. They were at the police station, quote unquote, air quotes. And they were Fandango was looking for Tyler Breeze. And Tyler Breeze came in dressed up as a cleaning crew member, a janitorial worker. He had on like a cone head, bald head hat, and he had on like this
paper mustache,
like this brown bag mustache. Funny stuff. They basically said that they were going to be wearing the tag team titles. They were going to add that to their wardrobe by beating the Usos at Backlash on Sunday. Then backstage, Orton is stopped by Dasha Fuentes, and she asks him about Jinder's actions from early in the night. And Orton blandly states that it's not the fact that people don't like Jinder because of what he looks like or what he sounds like or any of those things. People don't like Jinder because he's an ass. And that really seemed like somebody should have said that about Randy Orton because he's the ass.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get to that.
I'm pretty sure we'll talk about him later.
But he's an ass.
I guarantee you.
And we'll leave it there. You guarantee it.
I guarantee.
He made a guarantee. Shout out to Vince for that. Next up, we saw Breezango defeat the Colognes. Fandango hit a Falcon Arrow to score the victory. I don't know if that's going to be like a secondary finisher for him. He's used it in the past, but for him to finish the match with it this time, first time he's ever finished a match with the Falcon Arrow, which led to another magnificent, immaculate promo from the Usos. They came out to the ramp and took more digs at Breezango as they stood in the ring celebrating their victory. Following that, we had our contract signing hosted by or moderated by Shane McMahon. We saw the welcoming committee, Tamina, Natalya, Carmella, and Ellsworth. And then going against Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. So they signed the contract for their 6-woman tag team match. They took jabs at each other. Naomi came down to the ring and basically said that she was going to snatch all of them balls. And then she took a dig at Ellsworth, which led to Carmella. She tried to grab him and basically snatch him ball right there live on Smackdown. But Carmella intervened and slammed Naomi's face to the table, which Shane McMahon says, "Hey, you got a lot of energy tonight. Let me give you a match because we're going to use this energy for this."
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see it happen at all. Teddy Long is still here. He's still present. His spirit lives on SmackDown Live. And that match led to a one-on-one match between Carmella versus SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi, in which we saw Carmella pick up the victory after Naomi got distracted after she kicked Tamina in the back, and Carmella was able to get the schoolgirl pin, quick roll-up 1, 2, 3, as Natalya and Tamina caused the distraction on the outside, attacking Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Next up, we got a backstage promo from Dolph Ziggler. He's standing next to a television screen, and he says he decided to do some research on Nakamura, and he says he found some very interesting footage, and he plays the footage, and then it says that footage not found. Basically, it's like a public service announcement. Like there is no footage of him because he hasn't done anything since he's been in WWE. So you didn't dig too deep in the network because he's all over the WWE network on NXT. And then he begins to show a video of himself in his 8 years in WWE, from the time that he won his first title to his second title, his multiple reigns as Intercontinental Champion, his 2 reigns as World Champion, and him cashing in the Money in the Bank contract. And then he proceeds to say that he has to remind himself of how good he is sometimes, and that Sunday when he beats Nakamura is going to be a way for him to stick it to all the fans that have forgotten about him and how good he is. Following that, Sami Zayn is backstage, and he cuts a promo on Baron Corbin, basically saying that Baron Corbin, he's a threat to Baron Corbin because people like him, he has so much fight in him, so much heart, he doesn't stay down, and it takes a shot against Corbin's ego. Corbin, naturally, because they have a match on Sunday at Backlash, Corbin overhears and decides to attack Sami Zayn from behind, he punches him in the mouth.
Vintage Corbin.
Vintage Corbin with the backstage attack. And he leaves Sami laying on the ground, holding his face like he's trying to make sure he doesn't blow out a booger.
What?
He was holding his face. Did you see him?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
It was a weird. It was a weird sell.
It was.
It was extremely weird sell. That's the best description I have.
It actually was. Now that you pointed out, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that segment kind of sideways.
He was holding it kind of like a lady would hold her face.
Some Nikki Bella type of looking.
Yeah, yeah. You can look,
but you can't touch.
But you can't touch. And in our main event, we saw WWE Champion Randy Orton face off with the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. Orton was able to pick up the victory with the RKO. They had a very back and forth match. Corbin, he led most of the match. But Orton was able to hit an RKO. And then the Singh brothers attacked Orton and was about to hit the assisted rope DDT on both of them at the same time. But Jinder Mahal jumped in the ring and attacked Orton, and they laid him down, hitting the Colossus for the second time in the night, this time on the WWE Champion. And Jinder and the Singh brothers celebrating the ring with the WWE Championship to leave us to believe that maybe Jinder will walk out of Backlash as WWE Champion. And that, folks, was your Smackdown live from Manchester, New Hampshire.
Alrighty.
Oh, GTS.
It is time for our Smack Up, Smackdowner, Smack in the Face. Kicks off with J.Fields this week. So, J.Fields, what was your Smack Up this week?
My Smack Up this week was the opening match, AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal. Everything about this match was great. Didn't really care too much for the ending because it's been done a million times in the last 4 weeks since Jinder became #1 contender. He hasn't won a match clean yet. But just the pace of the match was good. Jinder held his own. He wasn't overly aggressive to where it looked like he would, could injure AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. AJ sold for him, and he, AJ gave a little back, like as far as the kicks and the striking, just the pacing of the match. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I think that was one of Jinder's better matches. We've been referring to Jinder versus Seth Rollins back in NXT in the early days of NXT as his best match to date.
Yeah.
But I think on SmackDown Live, he had his next best match with AJ Styles. They got quality time. The Singh brothers didn't get involved. Kevin Owens didn't get involved until the very end. And I think that proved to show that Jinder can go. Mm-hmm. And, so I enjoyed that. I didn't really like the fact that AJ had to lose, but I understand it. I won't complain about it. But overall, it was a damn good kickoff for this week's episode. What you think?
Yeah, it was a decent match. Great. Decent match. You kind of put something in my head once you pointed out that was Jinder's probably second best match or first best match or whatever. But like you think about it, that's the only 2 matches we can recall.
Yeah,
Jinder looking good, but you also got to look at the people he was going against.
Right.
Pretty much some of the top sellers, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. So It kind of makes me kind of questionable, like, how good is Jinder Mahal now? I don't know why I didn't think about that when he faced Seth Rollins in NXT back then. But not saying Jinder Mahal is not talented, but it did kind of open my eyes a little bit more. Like, I need to watch him a little closer. Because, he looked good against Sami Zayn, a couple weeks ago and, things like that. But, is he ready to be that top, not saying top guy, but be the guy in main event pictures, throughout the future? I don't know. We have to see. But overall, back to the match, it was good. This is how you want to kick off SmackDown, getting straight into business and, going ahead and, get things going. I didn't know if it tied into it, but like, I know you said you liked everything about that, but like the only thing I didn't like was the opening of SmackDown. Like, as far as the promo, that was way too slow and boring for me. Like, even AJ usually is spot on with his promos lately. It seemed like he was off a little bit to me, but it wasn't horrible. But like, I just enjoyed the Kevin Owens and the USA chant, and AJ said he's gonna bring the belt back to USA. And I mean, cheap pops, and I didn't enjoy that. It kind of irritated me a little bit. Then the crowd chanting USA during the match. I mean, you brought this up a couple weeks ago. I'm not trying to turn this to a Smackdown, but like, the foreigner versus the American scenario is like really old, and I kind of wish that I kind of just shy away from, because like the times of, like, especially these days, like, you don't want to outcast nobody from not being an American, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But overall, I mean, AJ Styles, Jinder Mahal, great match. Yeah. I mean, we got, like I said, you got to add that to Jinder Mahal's resume that, he did put on a decent match on SmackDown Live instead of just, but yeah, like the other thing, of course, like he hasn't won a match clean yet, and that kind of bothers me as well too. So I already let you know how the outcome of the match is going to be Sunday. So to me,
right.
But, yep.
All right. So what about you, EJ? What was your smack up this week? What was the good thing?
I can't really put it into words, so I'm just gonna play it.
Okay.
5 days until Backlash. You want to be funny. You want to try to do it for the laughs. You want to try to do it for the retweets and the likes. You want to do it for the gram. But you know why we do this? We do this for this, that, what is. Yes, sir. Role play, huh? Role play. Yeah, we did it. They got it. More like more like good guys and bad guys. Hey, role play more like maybe Cowboys versus Indians, right? It's more like cops and robbers. What about cops versus inmates? Yeah. But how about we do this and just flip the script one trick, right? This is not your precinct, cop. No. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. And in 5 days at Backlash, the Usos are taking Priest Dango to trial. Until then, read them their rights. We have a right to remain vicious. Anything you say can and will leave you with stitches. We have a right to put your to the gurney. If you can't afford the gurney, one will not be provided for you. Now, do you understand your right? No, because right now they feel goosebumps behind their neck, and they feel the goosebumps running through their body, and their head is on the swivel because they feel like somebody gripping behind you. No! It's not paranoia. It's a
I think that was better than last week. To me, they dropped bars on SmackDown Live. I mean, I wasn't even ready for that one.
Knocking it out of the park every week.
I'm sorry. I know that was like a minute and 15 or something y'all already heard, but that shit was just amazing to me. And like, actually, no, I mean, what can they not do right now? Like last week, I thought that was it. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get a great promo from them last week. We're just gonna go in, sell off to Backlash and see what happens. But no, they come back out and drop another one. Right. And these, to me, like I said, that one was even better than the last one.
Right.
And like, I mean, when they started doing the, stitches and all that, gurney would not be, man, I mean, like, come on, dog. Y'all don't have to do them like that. Once again, leaving Fandango and Breezango, leaving Breezango in the ring with egg on their face. That was definitely no contest. My highlight of SmackDown Live last night.
Right. It was almost my smack up, but it was my smack up last week.
Yeah.
So I didn't wanna start a streak of, even though it was damn good.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that this week it would be yours. I think last week you focused on a match.
I think my match was the main event.
Yeah.
Week.
I think you focused on the match. So this week I focused on a match. So we're getting it all in. But yes. Bravo. Like the Oscar goes to the Usos.
Yes, sir.
I mean, literally, like.
I did want to point out that
it gets no better than
the Breezango said day one is H.
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and they haven't touched.
No,
they haven't. They haven't touched. And this makes the match that much more different because in every other, encounter, every other match that's on the card, everybody's already mixed it up.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I think creative is getting this right
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't, as much as throwing a super kick. The Usos haven't.
And
They hadn't even been in the ring.
They're building their tag team division up in SmackDown better now. You know what I'm saying? Even,
right.
I mean, the Colognes and Ascension, they're getting ring time. They're not getting the time that, we probably make them, more relevant, but like they're getting familiar, putting on matches, getting offense in. So that's the most thing I'm important about. Like, yeah, I want this tag team division to get strong because, like I said, New Day's coming back, so they're not going to be jobbing.
They can't just run through everybody.
Yeah, and they also not going to job to anybody, So I mean, like, it's going to be interesting, but like, Usos on top right now. I mean,
yeah.
I heard a lot of people going into this Backlash hoping that the Usos drop the title to Breezango, which I'm not saying I don't want them to drop. I don't ever want them to drop the title, but not right now. I need them to hold their title for a while. I mean, not saying I know New Day while like 400 and how many days?
402 minutes.
Yeah. I don't need that much, but like at least probably the SummerSlam. Let it be relevant. You know what I'm saying?
They give them a few months, right? Because I mean, they took them off American Alpha clean, and beat them in the rematch clean. So you don't want to, and you know how they shot American Alpha to the moon.
Yeah.
And they barely been on TV now. So I mean,
they supposed to be feuding with the Colognes right now, but
yeah, they dropped that.
Missing off TV for an hour.
Yeah, that whole beat the clock thing was a disaster.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good smack up, both ends. But now it's time to go down. And please believe me, there's some Smackdowners in this bitch. So
every week.
J.Fields, what was your Smackdowner this week?
For not the reason that you probably think. But my Smackdowner this week was Dolph Ziggler.
Uh-oh.
But not for the reason that you think. I'm just a little disappointed. And I'm disappointed because this is where what he did on SmackDown Live is where this storyline, where this feud with Nakamura should have began and ultimately ended. It shouldn't have never been about Nakamura not being a part of the main roster. It should have never been about the Michael Jackson thing. It should have always been about Dolph Ziggler saying, I'm the guy that's been successful here for the last 8 years. Multiple championships, multiple big moments. That's what this feud should have been about. It should have been about, I want to knock off this guy. World-renowned Shinsuke Nakamura. Multiple-time IWGP champion. Multiple-time IWGP Intercontinental champion. I want to knock off this guy. Not because he's not a good wrestler, not because he's not the king of strong style, the artist or whatever. I want to take on the newest person to come up to the roster and put him down because I'm Dolph Ziggler. I'm that damn good. I'm good enough to do it. That's where this feud should have gone. And the fact that we had to wait and sit through 3-4 weeks of these horrible in-ring promos, we had to go through all of that extra stuff, having Nakamura do his entrance, come to the ring, only to stand there and say a couple words, then send Dolph retreating. Dolph could have carried this feud by himself with Nakamura never having to be in the arena had they have started with this. I liked the video that they played in favor of Ziggler. I even thought it was pretty cool that he did the whole footage not found on Nakamura.
Yeah.
I was okay with it since that's what they have chosen to give us. But I definitely like Ziggler's video, from the 5 times they showed the 5 times he picked up the Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship, the World Heavyweight title, cashed in the Money in the Bank on Del Rio. Just brought us back, just fast-tracked us on all those moments that made people like Ziggler. And then he finished it off by saying, all y'all have turned y'all backs on me in favor of Nakamura. That's why I got to beat him. That's the storyline.
Yeah, I mean, easy.
They should have wrote that 3 weeks ago. So that was my Smackdowner because I kind of felt cheated because I liked it. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, this shit could have been a much hotter feud, and now it's like room temperature. When it could have been hot going into Backlash, but it's not because they spent 3-4 weeks giving us bullshit.
I agree. I mean, yeah, like, it was gonna be in my near falls. How much I enjoyed Dolph Ziggler's, promo he cut tonight. Because I mean, last night, because I enjoyed it. I actually wrote down in my notes. Like, I actually enjoyed the segment with Dolph Ziggler leading up to Backlash. Because just like you said, it made it interesting. It made it seem important because like I've been doing this for 8 years. I accomplished this, I accomplished that, and as soon as this new guy comes to the door, y'all cheering him off like crazy. Yeah, just like you said, that would have been a more believable storyline than in the middle of the ring roast him, just like you said.
Right.
But I didn't think it was possible. I think we've been kind of alluding to this like week after week, but like the stain for Nakamura has went completely down for me, and like, the wow factor is gone. Like, I know what he's capable of. You know what I'm saying? It's not even to me to try to play dumb. I know what he's capable of, but like, it's just not making it exciting no more. Ismaila brought this up on, I think either yesterday or today. I saw it that it's unnecessary build for Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, why are we doing this for him? Because like, we know what he's accomplished. 2-time NXT champion. Why does he need all this build like he's special? We know he's special. Like, not necessarily saying that that he doesn't need any kind of promo or any kind of exposure on SmackDown, but like all this anticipation, like, oh, I can't wait to see him first time ever in the SmackDown ring put on a match. Like, dude, we have the network. Y'all been advertising like crazy on the NXT. Like, why are we supposed to seem like we're unfamiliar with Shinsuke Nakamura?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the most annoying thing. Like, you said, it's like hearing a song on the radio that you've been hearing on an album the whole time. Then all of a sudden they put it on the radio. Everybody started getting hip to it or whatever. Like, this shit been hot. Like, why you have this song back so long? You could have been played this and been drawing people that were not familiar with the song to say, hey, if I like this song, I wonder how the whole album sounds. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. And like, for them to give this tease with Shinsuke Nakamura, and not necessarily saying that, something that they're going to put on a great match. It's more than likely it's going to be probably a good candidate for match of the night. But
do we know that?
The performance involved it has the potential to be.
It has the potential. I'm worried about it. I just have this. I had this real bad feeling that I'm gonna be disappointed. I do. And I felt like that. I think I mentioned it last week. I just feel like I'm gonna be disappointed with this match. From looking from top to the bottom of the card, I feel like I'm going to find my most disappointment with that match. And I think it's because of the way that it's been sold. I've seen Shinsuke. You've seen Shinsuke. It's not like they flew him in from Japan. He's completely unknown to all of us, me and you included. It'd be different if he didn't have an NXT run for a year and they brought him in to fight Dolph Ziggler. That'd be totally different. But this dude has been in WWE. Like, and I wish they would stop treating NXT like it don't matter, because that's essentially what it is. It's like, oh, we're not going to mention this. How can you mention that the Revival are former NXT champions 2 times? How can you mention that the Ascension is former longest reigning NXT tag team champions, but yet you won't mention that Shinsuke Nakamura is the last NXT champion before Bobby Roode won? He just had the title. It wasn't like he was off TV with an injury or anything like that. He lost to Bobby Roode 3 nights later on SmackDown. He showed up. It's not like I forgot.
Right.
I still remember that he was just on TakeOver right before WrestleMania. And he had this hellified feud with Samoa Joe.
Right.
He's been the main attraction for NXT for a year.
Straight up. Just like you even bring up an example, like before he made his NXT debut, they had video packages and showing all this shit then. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
Because not necessarily me and you, but people were unfamiliar
Right.
with who this guy was. But like the people who watched NXT, when he saw the name Nakamura pop up, people went crazy because they already knew, oh, this is that guy that we seen in Japan. You know, and people started buying to the hype, and we didn't. I mean, it exceeded expectations at WrestleMania weekend when he fought Sami Zayn. I mean, like, you know, you saw it. Now, I see your point where you're saying going into Backlash, they're trying to do the same thing, kind of like, but they're doing it the wrong way. They're making it comical. That whole feud between Sami Zayn, not saying a feud, a whole thing between Sami Zayn and Nakamura was strictly like top competitors going against each other. And like, that's all it was. It wasn't no jokes and Michael Jackson and jackets and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Making funny moves. Like, we know Nakamura moves different, but don't draw attention to that.
Right.
Let him be what he's supposed to be different like that. Nobody says like, oh, the Undertaker comes out and he walks real slow.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he does. And nobody takes digs at that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think the only person that took a dig at Undertaker like that was like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about Rock, and you got to think about Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
2 different levels of stars. 2 different levels.
Yeah.
Rock can get away with it.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, no.
No, sir.
No,
thank you.
No. But with that being said, what was your SmackDown this week?
I kind of alluded already what my SmackDown was. I kind of talked about it. It was basically, you know, the opening segment. That was going to be my SmackDown, but I kind of got tricked into, not saying you tricked me, but like I ended up kind of spilling the beans a little early, it really brought me down. You know, like I you know, I don't want to spend too much time on it because I already did. Because but it's just the fact that I understand it's the U.S. title right now is more important to me. I think we said this already than the WWE title to me on SmackDown right now. But at the same time, it's like the program right now is on both sides. I mean, the programming on SmackDown is just it's mediocre right now. It was so hot. It usually be so hot, and like maybe that's me coming down off a high of a great Raw. Okay, but like I said, that I can tell you exactly how I felt about the whole show. But like, I just didn't like that program opening up. But pushing that to the side, my SmackDowner. I don't know if this is going to tie into your smack in the face. It has to do with women. But
it will. But go ahead.
But can we just kind of tie it together then?
We sure can.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm going to let you. What you got? Okay, no. Okay, it ties into it, so I'm not going to describe that part. Okay. But my SmackDowner is why the hell are we getting a contract signing for a 6-woman tag match? Ever heard. I mean, they said the official contract signing to the match Sunday. Why are we getting the contract signed to that?
They need a reason to get all 6 girls in there.
I mean, I'm trying to think. That's what you need the Miz. That's why a Miz TV segment would have made more sense, or anything.
Right.
A contract signing for a mixed tag. I mean, a 6-women tag match.
Never seen that before.
No title online. They just signed the match. They ain't like it's a no DQ. They just a regular SmackDown-ish match.
Yeah.
They get a contract signed. It was just a waste of time to me.
Yeah.
I purely didn't enjoy none of that. I mean, even the promos involved, like, there's probably a couple pieces I could pick out of that. I actually like, okay, cool. You know, that was cool.
I like Ellsworth.
Yeah. That was pretty much the only highlight I was alluding to, but like,
duh.
Yeah. You're like Vince McMahon. You have no chance in hell. I mean, all that shit was cool.
Yeah.
But like I think they just forcing Naomi to get on the mic. They forced everybody to get on the mic. I didn't like that.
Everybody had to say something.
Yeah.
Tamina didn't say
anything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But I mean, that was just bad. I didn't enjoy that. And like, there's a lot of things I didn't enjoy, but that was definitely at the top of the list. Thoughts, or you want to just go straight into your smack in the face?
Well, I do want to talk about the opening segment.
Okay,
because you did mention that, and it was not good. I will say that Jinder was stronger on the mic. Jinder's doing a damn good job. I just got to give kudos to the guy. He's not gonna probably go very far, but he's doing well. He's doing his what he do in the role that he is. He's a different kind of heel. He's not all yelling and jumping over the place. He has this very, monotonous voice. He doesn't get really excited. He's kind of cocky in his own way. I like it. I think the whole Maharaja thing is cool.
Kind of gets annoying. Did you watch Office Smack?
I did.
Okay.
He
says it about 4 times.
He's the Maharaja.
Okay, you're not helping it either.
But I think he's doing a good job as far as like he had that moment, that little slip up last week that we pointed out about. I didn't take anything, and he said I took, but you said you didn't take nothing. So that was kind of bad. But this week he came out and he didn't seem nervous. He didn't seem shaky on the mic. He was able to hit his points or whatever like that. And but overall, my problem with the opening segment was more so Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Owens was already a made man. He's a made man. Why would you attach a new title to him? The new face of America. Like, no.
It's so boring.
Just let him be the United States champion and let him continue to be the prize fighter. Like he was when he was an Intercontinental champion. Like he was when he was a Universal champion. He wasn't the face of the universe. Like, I mean, he wasn't the face of the intercontinental countries. Like, the intercontinents.
I mean, his character right now, they're doing a bad job. I
He's
mean,
wearing suits now.
I was excited when he came on the Smack. I mean, the suits thing, it really didn't bother me as much. I don't like it.
I hate it now.
But, like, when he came over clean cut, I'm like, oh, okay, new Kevin Owens. I dig it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, just speaking French because I can, that shit. I mean, I just don't like the foreign thing anymore. I don't like that. I mean, that's just played out to me. Like, that's so late 80s and early 90s, like, we don't need to see that. I mean, I'm not trying to get political at all, but, like, where the USA is at right now as far as foreigners and terrorists and all this bullshit, like, why are we doing this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dividing.
It's a played storyline. It's a played angle. Like, we don't want it. And it's like, if you look at any other promotion, you got people from all different countries on the card.
Mm-hmm.
ROH, all different countries. New Japan, all different countries. Rev Pro, all different countries. Progress, all different countries. Did I say Ring of Honor already?
Nope.
Ring of Honor, all different countries. You got people, PWG, all different countries. You got Evolve, all different countries. Everybody else has all these different athletes, wrestlers from different places. And it's the fans' decision on whether or not they like them, whether they're going to cheer them or not. Nobody's coming out getting that cheap American heat no more. Nobody cares about that. And it doesn't work. Like, it's like we've seen it so many times with the American hero. Now AJ Styles has to play the role of American hero. No, AJ Styles needs to play the role of the phenomenal AJ Styles, the best wrestler, the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp. He needs to play that role. Kevin Owens needs to play the role of the prize fighter. And that is the match that I want to see. I don't want to see American versus foreigner with these two.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see it.
And doing the same thing with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton.
Exactly. I mean, you got two feuds going on right now, and they're based around what country they're from. That's pointless. That's pointless. I sat through enough of that with Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
I sat through it enough with everybody else with Cesaro when he first showed up. Like, every time they need to get rid of the U.S. title. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going on record right now. Get rid of the United States title, because if that's the only way you can book that title, we don't need it. Right. We don't need it. It'd be better off having a television title. Everybody got TV everywhere.
Yeah.
So at least I don't have to listen to, well, my TV's American made, or my TV's made in Japan. I don't have to worry about that, because everybody's damn TV. Everybody's got a TV. Everybody knows about TV. Yeah, everybody knows about damn internet. Make it the internet title. But get away from this country stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hell, New Japan just announced they have a United States title now. Yeah. I can guarantee they're not gonna be doing cheap heat for that title.
Nope.
Not New Japan.
As soon as the American get it, they ain't gonna make it a big deal of. You know what I'm saying?
And if somebody from Japan wins it first, they're not gonna make a big deal of it. Where I'm your champion of America in New Japan because the title was created in Japan for the United States. It doesn't have to be that. New Japan doesn't even get into that type of stuff. They let people come over and wrestle. Zack Sabre Jr., one of the most hated or beloved, depending on what company, depending on what time of the year, depending on what time of the day, either hate or love, from Britain.
Mm-hmm.
People like him. Will Ospreay, depending on the company, hate or love. They love him in Rev Pro. They love him in New Japan. They love him in Ring of Honor, but they hate his guts and progress. But it's not a thing about countries. It's not a thing about, whoa, he's British. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with that. Just let him go out and wrestle. Let me like the person. Don't attach something to him to make me not like him. Let me not like the fact that Kevin Owens jumped people from behind and powerbomb people on the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be the reason. Because hell, I'm from America, but I'm not gonna stop cheering them.
Exactly.
It's like I'm American and I don't like some of the shit that we do. So it's like I don't give a damn that he's trashing America.
I mean, just like you say, cheap heat. When heels come to your city, oh, I can't wait to get out of this dump. You know,
right? We're
not like, oh, he said that. I got your shirt on. I used to support you.
Right.
Now I'm finna boo you. Now I'll be like, yeah, right. Me too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
I will say, and this is just because I can't just let the moment pass. Alexa did a really good job of getting the cheap heat. Now she sold it. She sold it.
Yeah.
That was really good how she did it. But everybody doesn't need that, you know. And she really didn't need it either. But it's just part of who she is. She's cocky. She's brash. But everybody doesn't have to do that. And it's not like we know she's American.
Right.
So she's not gonna go
is
there.
She?
Yeah, she's from Ohio. Yeah, she's from Ohio. But
that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, I don't care where she's from.
She used to be from a galaxy far, far away with that little sprinkle dust and shit she used to do.
She's a goddess. But yeah, moving on. As far as the other part, I guess I will go right into my smack.
So what is your smack in the face
this
week?
Yes, my smack in the face is the match between Naomi and Carmella.
Bad.
The match itself was really bad. The first few minutes of this match, I was like, this is horrible.
Yes.
It picked up towards the end. I will say the pace quickened. See how I could be a commentator. I said the pace quickened. The pace did pick up. It got better the closer we got to the end. I did, because of the fact that I'm gonna have to watch this match. I did kind of like the fact that everybody got kicked out, but to cause a distraction, Tamina and Natalya ran back to the ring to, you know, draw attention to themselves and get Becky and Charlotte involved. I just didn't like the fact that it ended that way, and I didn't like the fact that Becky, nor Naomi, nor Charlotte have won a match since they started this whole welcoming committee thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Since they started that, since we've been on the other side of the superstar shakeup, none of them have won a match outside of the first night when Charlotte beat Naomi, but that was before the welcoming committee thing got started. Mm-hmm. Becky hasn't won a match. Naomi hasn't won a match. Charlotte has not won a match since it started. And it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that, because you just had your SmackDown Women's Champion lose a fall to Carmella. And if you're not going to make Carmella a serious threat, because Carmella was getting her ass whooped in that match. Mm-hmm. It was bad. But, I mean, for what it was, Carmella really didn't get any offense until she hit that super kick outside the ring. And then outside of that, she got a damn roll-up that I think Naomi probably should have kicked out of. But, you know, because of the fact that we got to move the story to Sunday, she didn't.
Right.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I think they're doing the best that they can with it. But at this point, it's feeling forced. It's like, okay, yeah, we know Charlotte, Becky, Naomi, they're not really friends. They're only joined together because they have a common enemy. We get it.
Yeah.
But do we really have to go week after week with them losing matches or having the upper hand gotten on them so we can try to make it seem like Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella with James Ellsworth are this formidable stable now? I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, at the end of the day, the goal should be being the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah.
And the only person that mentioned the title was Charlotte.
Right.
And she's on the side with the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they trying to get the damn title? Hell, Carmella just pinned her.
Well, Carmella did come out and say, this is the second time I pinned Naomi looking for my title match.
Right.
And Naomi called her a thought on Instagram. On Twitter. I'm sorry. Yeah. But it's like you brought up the fact that, as far as champions going down on their back and getting roll-ups, it's like I'm so immune to it now. Like,
right,
it's gonna happen. And I'm not saying that I want it to happen and that I'm happy it happened. It's just like, here's another roll-up next. You know what I'm saying? That match really made it hard for me to do my job last night. I said that to Dominique. I was like, this show is making it hard for me to I have to watch it because we have to talk about it.
Right.
I could have cheated and said, I'm just going to read about this shit.
Yeah.
But I actually said, let me check it out.
It feels like they're trying to move SmackDown back into B-show status.
I think they are. You know what? Should I jump into this now? It's not going to time to later on. But yeah.
It feels that way.
Look at the Universal title picture right now and look at the SmackDown title picture right now. It's like it took a complete jump. Because, you interested as hell right now for the number one contender of the U.S. title. Honestly, you really don't know which way it's going because of Braun being hurt and him being out for so long.
Right.
But at the same time, now you're looking back and you look at SmackDown, it's like Jinder Mahal is your number one contender. And like I know we touched base on this, like Jinder Mahal, he's doing a great job, but like, is he ready to carry that torch, be headline pay-per-views? No, I don't think so. Now, as far as mid-card, he probably can do a decent job.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that, I know why they're doing this, so which makes me look past what he could be. You know what I'm saying? So, but back to the subject matter at hand. You're right. The focus should be the title, and like I understand if this whole thing goes. Like I said, you brought the fact that none of Naomi, Charlotte, or Becky have won a match since the little union or the committed shit or whatever. But this leads to them winning Sunday, and immediately after the match, Charlotte turns back on Naomi. I'm for it. That's what needs to happen. I don't need them to be all hugs and kisses and, going to the next match. Now, if Charlotte after the match is over and they win, and Charlotte turns around and just like slaps the shit out of both of them or something and hold the title up, said, I still want my title match. Okay, it's not saying it's worth it, but like, I can dig that. But like, this build is just boring to me.
You know what I want to happen with this?
Uh-oh.
I want Becky to turn.
I do.
I want her to turn because it's fresh. Charlotte's still going to be a tweener, regardless of whether she plays the role of face or if she plays the role of heel. People are going to still kind of mess with her a little bit. Mm-hmm. But Becky, though, Becky's straight of complete face. I think it'll be more surprising.
And it'd be a better storyline.
It'd be a better storyline if Becky turns on Naomi and walks out on her and leaves her and Charlotte there to fight. And then it adds an extra element. She don't even necessarily have to join the welcoming committee. You got Becky over here on her own. Like, I was the first SmackDown Women's Champion. I should be getting a shot for the title. And then you got Charlotte, who's beat Naomi and has already made claim to win the title after the title. And then you got the welcoming committee, too. It just adds a different element to the story as opposed to Charlotte just coming back saying, hey, now that we're done with these three, I want my title. Where does that leave Becky?
Mm-hmm.
Turn her heel.
I agree. That'll make way more sense because, like I said, that's what Becky already said she want to be heel. Like she enjoyed being heel. So yeah, what way to do it than like that? So I agree. Yeah, that'd be dope.
So, with that, what was your smack in the face?
We already did that.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you said it was the women.
Yeah.
You went first because you tied in together.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think that would do it.
Yeah.
For our review. So
we covered a lot of ground.
Let's get into these near falls.
Okay.
Near falls. What you got? You got one?
I have a potential SmackDowner.
I do too.
Last week they said that Rusev would show up and confront Shane McMahon. Where the hell was Rusev?
I know where he was, and I give him a pass. He was supporting our state hockey team, the Nashville Predators, in the playoffs. He's from Nashville now, man. I fuck with the Preds, man. I'm not a hockey watcher, but I like the Preds, so that's where he was at, though.
What game was it?
It was a playoff game. They ended like East.
I'm saying, which game is it in the series?
I think it's like game 2, game 3. I don't know.
Honestly, and I don't even know why I asked that question. It doesn't fucking matter.
I was wondering why you wanted to know.
I was gonna try to like twist it to where like he could have went to another game. Honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. His ass should have been on SmackDown confronting Shane McMahon. I didn't forget that he said he was coming to SmackDown. So you don't want the title shot anymore, Roos?
He said it on his Twitter that sorry, I had to see. I had to watch. I was at the Preds game. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm pissed about it.
I thought you was going with your going with something else as your potential SmackDowner.
I wanted him to show up.
Yeah,
We went through the whole damn show, and Shane McMahon comes to the ring, and I'm like, oh snap, here comes Rusev.
I really wasn't looking forward to it. Honestly,
why not?
I lost faith. Rusev is like Bray Wyatt to me right now.
Don't you say that.
Be like that meme I put out. You better shut your ass up.
Shut your ass up.
Yeah.
I like Rusev.
I mean, come on. I like him.
I think he could flourish on SmackDown.
We'll see.
Hopefully they don't give him the U.S. title again.
No, I hope he shoots straight up to. I would like a feud with him and Randy Orton, but like, no, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want Randy Orton with the title. Never mind.
Thank you for retorting, for pulling that back. You don't want that.
But I guess I really don't have a SmackDowner or a potential SmackDown or a Smack in the face or a Smack up. I don't think because I really did enjoy the show.
Yeah,
it's 100% honest.
It's becoming a B show again. I don't like it. I mean, it's part of the reason because of the fact that they gutted us for our talent.
Yeah.
Like they took Miz, they took Dean.
And John Cena is no longer in the intro of SmackDown Live anymore.
To hell with that guy.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
I'm happy. That's a Raw problem now.
A Raw problem.
Yeah, Raw problem. Anyway, let's shoot through this Backlash card because I got something I need to talk about.
Okay.
On the GTW segment. So, Backlash will be taking place this week in Chicago. I said this week like it's every week. This Sunday in Chicago. Home of Ish Miller.
And McGruff.
What? What? Some Scruff McGruff? Chicago, I know 60652. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I remember that in high school. I mean, not high school, elementary.
Oh my God, I snuck that one in. Because you said Chicago, Illinois, and I said
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
60652.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Showing our age, bro.
I did that.
Yeah. Kicking off the show with a kickoff match. Pre-show kickoff match. Aiden English versus Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
And why the hell hasn't he been on the actual show in the last 2 weeks?
True that. Yeah, Ty Dillinger, unanimous.
They're not gonna let him lose the streak.
They're not.
To Aiden English.
You should let him get like a 10-match win streak
before he loses.
Yeah. Or actually, I keep on. That would be a dope program, but like I don't know what they're doing. Like they got too. I mean, it's not saying they got. SmackDown has too many mid-carders, to me, because like
nobody's ready for the big stage.
Because a dope program would be him, Ty Dillinger, and Kevin Owens. That would have been dope
for the U.S. title.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would buy in, but like I said, just like where that leaves AJ. Where does that leave?
Well, they can't do it because he's from Canada.
Oh shit.
So they can't do it because that goes against the whole face of America thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So they're gonna have to find another American after AJ to go against KO.
Next match.
I'm sorry.
You good. Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. It's unanimous. I mean,
He hasn't won a match.
He needs this win.
He was a part of the 6-man last week.
Yeah,
he won that, but not really.
Yeah, I need that one-on-one Sami Zayn win or singles.
Yeah,
win from Sami Zayn because, like you said, he hasn't won since he came over to SmackDown. He continued this streak from Raw, pretty much. Coming straight over here and losing.
That's not a good thing.
It's not good at all. Next, we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler.
Nakamura.
Dolph.
No way. No way. Even with that straight face you just gave, I know for a fact.
Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura.
There ain't no way on planet Earth they're gonna let Dolph Ziggler win that match.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just playing.
Yeah.
I was just playing. Next match we have SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch versus Tamina Snuka, Carmella, and Natalya.
I'm going with the welcoming committee.
I'm going against the grain. Well, I'm going against you. Not the grain, but I'm going with Team Naomi and Charlotte and Becky. Pretty much pointing out the same scenario. I'm kind of hoping that somebody turns heel on that team, and now you persuade me to hope that's Becky Lynch that turns heel.
But why would they turn after winning?
I mean, because after this feud, after that's over, the fuck will be back on the title.
I think they need to lose so somebody can get mad.
I mean, they've been losing and getting mad the whole time.
But nobody's hit anybody yet. Somebody needs to get slapped.
Well, they pushed each other and shit. I mean.
But nobody got slapped, EJ. Think about
it. Okay. I'm still going. You're not persuading me. I want what I want.
Okay, fair enough. But think about it.
United States title. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't put too much thought into that match. Actually, that's why I had to actually sit there and think about it. But
great match, but this has been booked poorly.
But knowing them, it's going to continue until the next pay-per-view, which is what?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, yeah. Because I don't need either one of them in the Money in the Bank match.
Then they have to be.
Huh?
They have to be.
Do they?
Yeah. Unless you want to give
Sammy
one of the spots
Corbin.
to Eric Rowan with his twisting drop power slam.
Speaking of Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. Yes, that did get added. If you watched Talking Smack.
Can I jump out this window?
There's bars on it. Damn it. You could just jump to the window,
It's not gonna be the same.
I mean, it'd be cleaner,
So who do I pick in that match? Are you asking for a prediction for that?
Yeah.
Luke Harper.
Why? That's fine.
Why not? Please, Luke, win a match.
SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Breezango versus It's Not Paranoia. It's the Usos. I agree. They just been building. They ain't been wrestling on the show.
How can you? These are the kind of promos that they talk about putting asses in the seat. Like, I'm so ready for this match. Just off promos. They hadn't even touched each other. Promos and backstage and fashion files. This is the match I'm almost most excited for. I've seen AJ and KO before.
And our main event, WWE title, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Can we put a little more energy into that? It's the WWE title. The Viper, Randy Orton.
Don't say it.
Versus the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Huh? I want a shirt that says that. I want to be a Maharaja.
What is a Maharaja?
I don't know. It just sounds cool.
Okay, Google. What is a Maharaja? I really want to ask my phone. But
what is a Maharaja? I think that shit sounds dope.
It sounds like a sex position.
It sounds like something that I want to be. I'll be there with my girl if I have to.
You want to be a sex position?
With my girl, yeah. I'll Maharaja her. I'm
Maharaja.
Maharaja. I'm a Maharaja the hell out of my wife. Come here, girl. Get you some of this Maharaja. It sounds like a sauce that should go over like some shrimp, though.
Or some real sweet chicken.
Like
the Maharaja.
Yeah. Maharaja chicken. Like Kung Pao.
Book it!
Hey. I still want to be a Maharaja. I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna find out what it means. I just think it's cool. I mean, gender's one. And I think I could pass. Whatever the credentials are to be a Maharaja, I think I got them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I don't, like I said, I hope we don't find out what a Maharaja is.
I'm going to find out. As soon as we stop recording, I'm going to find out what a Maharaja is. And if I find out it's something that I don't want to be, then I'll let you know.
What is I'm sorry. What is a Maharaja?
Maharaja, an Indian prince.
Ah!
It's an Indian prince. I can't be that.
Credentials my ass. Oh man. Okay.
What do they call an African American prince?
Don't do it. I'm about to say, man. Oh my God, I almost said it. Woo, say that for another podcast. Maybe equal opposites or something. Something we can get away with that word.
Oh gosh, that was funny.
Oh
damn it! I can't never be into the good stuff.
Yeah.
I picked Randy.
Oh, I thought we did pick. Yeah,
We
Randy.
never picked.
Yeah, we sure didn't. Okay, Randy, unanimous. Okay.
Yeah.
And that would do it for the Backlash predictions. Now it's time to get into GTW, Guys Talk Wrestling. And what I want to talk about today is Randy Orton's comments.
I was hoping we were going to talk about that.
Sorry, RBU. I didn't listen to RBU this week because I'm saving it for my road trip Friday. So if y'all did talk about this is part 2. So I read it and I got a lot of feedback from it, but pretty much Randy Orton just shitting on indie wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked bad about John Cena shitting on indie wrestling, but he didn't do it like this.
No.
No, John Cena shits on indie wrestling as well, but like Randy Orton pretty much said everything I think John Cena wanted to say. And I think it's bullshit, straight up. I mean, I think it's messed up that they allow him to get away with that. And I understand he has pedigree in the business. I understand that he's a seasoned vet, but at least 60% of your talent right now is indie. I say 60. I don't know. You might know more. It might be more.
It might be more.
But I'm going to say top right now. 60% of your top talent is indie.
Mm-hmm.
Not homegrown NXT from WWE. It's people coming from somewhere else.
Right.
And for you to belittle in front of everybody, put it on Twitter, and it's getting passed around everywhere, that what you think, what your top stars thinks of the indie company, people in the indie company or whatever, indie wrestlers. I'm sorry, I'm botching the shit out of this.
Come on, Sin Cara.
I know. I was just shocked that this is out there. I thought it was, it was gonna be an apology, like anything. Like it's so Randy Orton, and like I didn't expect anything less from him. But at the same time, it's like, why would they allow that to? No kind of apology or anything.
No kind of apology, no kind of filter. And it's like, okay, you're the WWE champion. Why the hell do you care anyway? Let us enjoy what we enjoy. I guess it's his way of like kind of coming back at the ones of us that shitting on his title reign. Because It's been boring and bland. It's been chicken with no seasoning on it. It's been bland ass ranch.
Jail food.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
lunch lady through the lunch line, lunch lady food. Like, I don't want it.
Steel spoon mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and corn. I don't want it. Like, my biggest problem with this is everything has to evolve. Everything. From basketball, now everybody's taking threes. Threes are being shot all over the place now. That's due to the fact that kids, that's all they want to do now. They want to shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to learn. They don't want to get ups. They don't want to play defense. They want to run down the court, shoot threes from half court. Threes from half court.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's evolution of the game. All evolution is not good evolution, I will say that. But the fact that where wrestling is right now, how can you not respect that? They're not doing these cartoony ass storylines on the indies. You got some of the best pro wrestlers on the fucking planet going out, putting on some of the better matches being had anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
WWE can't guarantee a match of the year.
No,
they determine their own matches of the year. They don't include any of the other companies and say this match from Rev Pro, this match from Progress, this match from ROH, this match from TNA, all these matches combined, and then say, okay, this is a match of the year. How many times did Dave Meltzer report out that a match that took place under the WWE umbrella was a 5-star match?
It's been a long time.
And if it has been a 5-star match, one of the guys in the match is an indie guy.
Exactly.
John Cena, 5-star match with who? AJ Styles.
I should say CM Punk too.
CM Punk. Daniel Bryan, indie guys. Your company would be shit right now if you had to rely on Randy Orton. If you didn't have indie guys making up your mid card on both brands, if you didn't have indie guys fighting for your main title on both brands, if you didn't have indie guys in NXT, WWE would be shit. The reason why WWE has been able to maintain is because of the fact that they have indie guys. Because Triple H, William Regal, all those guys that run in that circle with him are smart enough to realize that wrestling has evolved.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that Orton could come up and say, why these people are doing these dives
and flippy shit.
Like, okay, we know your style is all ground based. You do a superplex off the top rope in some matches. Other than that, you don't do anything spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
You do a bunch of stumps, a bunch of kicks, a bunch of punches, a power slam, a reverse neck breaker that people used to think was pretty cool when you pulled it out because nobody had ever done a neck breaker like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had ever done that, a back breaker like that.
Yeah.
Back breaker, neck breaker, come on. Nobody had ever done that before. You know, that was one of those moves like, damn, that shit's cool. It was innovative because nobody had ever done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be innovative, but nobody else can be innovative? That's crap. That's crap. Because just because these guys are doing flips and it's not like people are hurting themselves. Nobody, I don't want to see Will Ospreay. I don't want to see Ricochet. I don't want to see any of those guys go out and hit a shooting star press and hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest about it. Brock Lesnar, current Universal Champion, threw a shooting star press and damn near killed himself at WrestleMania.
Right.
Now, that's Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar thought at one point in his career that flippy shit was pretty damn cool. Let me try it. I'm 275 pounds, 285 pounds. Let me do some flippy shit. And Brock Lesnar gets a lot of his sales from what? Flippy shit. Because if he's in the ring with a Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose or somebody that he can fling all over the place, then what's going to happen? They're going to flip. That's flippy shit.
I agree.
That's flippy shit. So it's the same damn thing.
It's just crazy. I mean, like I said, it's just like he's stunned. He was basically on some Bow Wow type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, basically like, I'm going to go back to my $8 million home or whatever. He said some shit about, you know, how much money he got
in his bank account.
His bank account, you know, he's going to flip this. And, you know, it was just very like, dude, we get it. You 13-time world champion, but like, just like you said, the company is involved and like evolved so much now, and like it's for the better. Like I said, with all this talent who are indies, you know, and basically your John Cena's, your Roman Reigns, your Randy Orton. I'm trying to think of somebody else who's homegrown that's in the company right now. I can't really think of nobody else besides those three right now. Give me one more.
That's on that level. Dolph Ziggler, maybe.
Dolph Ziggler. Okay, yeah, Dolph Ziggler. I'm just saying, like, 4 people right now. I have to actually claw that's not indie. They didn't make a name for themselves somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But yet you shit on it like you got some people that can back you up. Like, man, me and the rest of the guys that I brought up, you know, through the indies are doing good. You know, and that's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just bad business. They gotta get away from that. And that's why I feel, like I said, number one, that title needs to drop off him. We don't need no title run with him. We don't need John Cena coming back, getting the 17th WWE title reign or whatever. We don't need that. We don't need no part-timers. It needs to take the, like, they're scared to commit. I said it to BK earlier this morning. I said they're scared to commit to something to the long run because they panic at ratings. They panic at nobody's watching this right now. And, like, you know, to be honest, like, if the ratings are dropping since after WrestleMania, let's take a look at who's your champion since WrestleMania.
Right, and who hasn't been on TV.
Exactly. But your 2 main quote-unquote titles are being held by people who already had their chance, already had been pushed. I mean, already are established. You know what I'm saying? Why? Of course, if I look, Randy Orton champion, switch, let me see what I was watching last week. Or let me see what I'm watching, you know, something else on Tuesday or Monday. Like, nobody wants to see the same shit all the time.
And you ask yourself this question. Did you not watch Michael Jordan play for the Washington Wizards?
Yeah.
Did you not watch it? Because it was who? Because it was Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
It's the same damn thing today with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to watch because, it's Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
After 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Tay.
But is anybody I know, right? But did anybody expect the Wizards to win the championship? No.
Hell no.
We were thumbing through the damn television to try to watch Michael Jordan games with the fucking Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Kwame Brown, Brandon Haywood. That garbage ass team that
I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't care.
I was a Jordan fan.
I was too, but when you put on the Wizards uniform, whatever.
I mean, like I was trying to watch Jordan play for the Wizards because it was Jordan. I wanted to see my guy play, but I didn't go into it like, yeah, man, Jordan gonna win the championship. He needs to be in the finals.
Away this year.
He needs to be in the finals. And had he ever been in the finals or been in the playoffs or anything like that, it would have bothered me because I know he didn't belong there. And the same thing goes now. Goldberg does not belong in the Universal title picture, nor does Brock Lesnar, nor does John Cena, nor does Randy Orton. These people have had their time. It is time to move on. Jordan played for a team that he knew he couldn't win the championship with. Mm-hmm. And it didn't bother the league. It didn't mess the league up because Jordan was still playing.
Right, I got you.
But it's messing up WWE because not only is Orton and Cena and Lesnar and Goldberg still playing, but they're playing and put in position like they're supposed to be competing for championships. And we know damn well that shouldn't be the case. That's the problem. So my matches to watch for from week to week, sometimes they include flippy shit. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, some of the stuff that Ricochet, Will Ospreay do in their matches, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
You know, every little flip, every little thing they do, you know, it ain't always necessary.
Right.
But at the same time, though, there are indie guys that put on way better matches than the stuff that you watch in WWE. Because they're just thinking about the next show. Mm-hmm. Progress doesn't get that. I look forward to Progress releasing the show. I look forward to Revolution Pro releasing the show. I'm looking forward to the Best of Super Juniors tournament that's taking place in Japan right now. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm looking forward to the Super Strong Style tournament in Progress. That's what I'm excited about because I know I'm going to see some really damn good matches. Matches that I may not have ever seen before, one-on-one matches, and it's not going to be about, we got to cram all this in because we're on the USA Network and Chris Chrisley is coming on next. or American Ninja Warriors coming on next, and we can't let this show run this long. Sometimes Progress will give you a 3-hour wrestling show. Sometimes they give you a 2.5-hour wrestling show, or 2-hour and 12-minute show. Same thing with Revolution Pro. They give you extended shows, quality wrestling from the top of the card to the bottom of the card. We don't get that. Like this shit's that we get from WWE is not even set up the same way. We don't get great wrestling from top to bottom because they fill it all up with stories. By the time you get to the Progress card or whatever, this is a feud that started at the last Progress show or the last thing that happened, and it's carried over to the next big show. It's not something like, oh, I got to sit through these promos. I got to sit through this backstage. The shows they release for ROH, the shows they release for Revolution Pro, Progress, New Japan, that stuff is done differently. I don't have to sit through that extra fluff.
Right.
The promos, everybody's backstage talking to a backstage interviewer. Like, can we do away with some of that and focus a little more on the matches, on putting quality wrestling on?
It's not necessarily like they got to do away. I know you said some of it, but like if they're gonna do it, make it mean something. Don't just be doing shit to just like get a laugh here or there. You know,
Right.
Let's get some strictly wrestling. I mean, like I said, once again, I know that going back in time machine, but like Attitude Era did that as well. As far as like they had their little jokes and shits and giggles.
It was
then they got
entertaining.
serious. You know what I'm saying?
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
This is not entertaining.
It played a part into the show, and now it's like, I mean, yeah, it's so fluffy now, and like, I mean, that's the main problem I have is like, it's pretty much like the old veteran, or the old rappers, or the old anything involved in anything, like saying like, man, these new guys trying to come up here and do all this new shit. I mean, back in my day, all we did was stay on the ground. All they doing now is this flippy shit. That's how Randy Orton sounds right now. And that's, I mean,
like he's old school.
I mean, strictly like he's old school. Like I said, I had a lot of respect for Randy Orton, but like after that shit, like, dude, I don't need you here. Like, cause like I said, I'm a fan. I'm not a big fan of indie wrestling as y'all are,
Right.
but like I love the people which they bring in.
Right.
It involves your Daniel Bryan, your CM Punks, and all those people. Like I become great fans of that, so I respect the indies. I never had any disrespect to the indies, whatever. But like the fact that he could just come out and say what he want to say, and he's a champion, like, oh, I'm bulletproof. They ain't gonna touch me. That's just bullshit. And I don't. That's just don't sit well with me. And like, I'm just ready for WWE to actually take the leap and say, okay, let's try to move on. Like, Randy Orton, take some months off, like John Cena now. Like, we don't need you on the TV. Like, the position of the company right now is well in hand to take care of itself. Like, they just got to invest in that, man. I mean, it's playoff time right now. That's where your ratings are. Don't blame it on the people who holding the belt all the time, because you got to look. I mean, but sometimes you can. It works both ways. It could be like, oh, you're not a strong enough champion. That's why the ratings go down. Exactly. I feel, yeah, playoffs are on, but the majority of the playoff games are blowouts now. So everybody not just strictly watching straight up basketball all the time. It's the fact that, I switch over to USA and I see Randy Orton hold the title, or I switch over to USA and see Brock Lesnar, the Universal title, not even on the show. Like, I mean, not saying that people watch it just for Brock Lesnar, but like, well, I'm gonna watch it if the champion ain't even on there. Like,
and why we having main events and pay-per-views for #1 contenderships? I mean, let's just be honest about it.
You're right.
Who does that?
You're right.
What other company has a #1 contenders match at a pay-per-view?
Don't even get me started with that though.
But see, they're having so many, like they try to build these #1 contender matches as these must-see matches, and it's like you're not covering up the fact that you have people holding your titles that are in weak position.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see my champions fight. I still want to see my champions wrestle. I mean, and that's the one thing I can say about NXT. Champions wrestle on NXT. Now, here in this last little stretch, getting ready for this takeover, they haven't really wrestled much. Bobby Roode has only had maybe, one match? I don't even think he's had a match.
I don't think he had a match.
He hadn't had a match. Oscar hadn't had a match. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time,
but we know why.
it's appreciative.
Because
like,
they're trying to set up the next challenger. And by setting it, but the challengers is fighting every week. Hideo's had 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Riott, they're doing the promo with them. They win the Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
They've had matches. DIY had a match against Tino and the other guy. You know what I'm saying? On NXT last week. So, I mean, like, at least even if the champions are not going to be wrestling, you at least have your challengers fighting or trying to do something meaningful to move things along. But I'm just not for him to say that was a complete slap in the face to what I enjoy about wrestling now. And I mean, like, I'm old school too.
Yeah.
My favorite wrestler growing up was Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler didn't do no flips. Jerry Lawler didn't do no kicks in martial arts. Jerry Lawler was a brawler. Fists, kicks, flying fist, power driver, suplex.
Mm-hmm.
That was about the gist of hip toss. It was about the gist of his moveset. He didn't have a lot of moves. You know what I'm saying? Take an ass whooping, he come back. Same thing with Ric Flair, my next all-time favorite wrestler. He didn't have a lot of moves either. But that's old school. But I'm intelligent enough to know that, okay, we're not living in 1990 again. This is not 1988.
Yeah.
When that was in. Like, Hogan tearing the shirt apart back in the 80s and the 90s.
That shit don't do nothing for me now.
It doesn't mean anything today.
Right.
There has to be evolution. I want to see. I don't want to see him tear his shirt open anymore. What I want to see is I want to see Aleister Black sit up on the ramp like he could rising out of a fucking coffin. Because that shit's dope to me.
Yeah.
I want to see Bray Wyatt come out with a damn lantern and all the lights in the arena on people's phones on. I want to see that shit. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. It is pretty much, yeah. I mean, the whole point is that Randy Orton knows his time is going to show up because everybody's, I mean, like, that's
People
basically
quiet on him.
That's basically what it is. People are not paying attention to him. They're more focused on the future. They're more focused on what's coming through the door than what's already in the door. You know what I'm saying? In the building. And his time is coming up short, just like John Cena. And once that shit comes up, they sit there and say, well, I'm still the face that runs the place, and y'all ain't going to go nowhere until y'all beat me. I mean, it's pretty much shitting on everybody behind you. And they just got to grow accustomed, like, hey, pull a Mark Henry and Big Show. Get the fuck out the way. I mean, we didn't need another run with him with the title. We don't need another run with nobody who's the champion, right? I mean, yeah, the heavyweight champion right now. Like, once again, I mean, you look at the last, let me see, WrestleMania 30, 28, WrestleMania 28, and to now had part-timers in the main event. Everyone. You had 29, well, 28 was Rock and Cena. Once in a lifetime, bullshit. The next year, Rock and Cena. Year after that, Daniel Bryan, Batista, Randy Orton. Year after that, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Year after that, Roman Reigns, Triple H. Year after that, Undertaker, Roman Reigns. Like, why we always got to use a part-timer in the main event? Just move on. Pull the trigger. Let's run with something new. Yeah. Put something new out there and just say, okay, we're gonna fall on it. If it flops, oh well, we're gonna stick with it again. If it flops 2 years in a row, that's when you say, okay, let's panic. The ratings went down 2 years in a row. Maybe we can make a couple phone calls, say, hey, we need y'all involved in WrestleMania next year. Don't force it and involve. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a requirement anymore. Yeah. Because I mean, like, we become so accustomed to expecting to see, oh, Brock's gonna have a WrestleMania moment. Undertaker's gonna have a WrestleMania moment. Like, it's not necessary anymore. Right. You have enough talent now to where you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania. But Shawn Michaels didn't always fight at the top of the card at WrestleMania. No. He was Intercontinental title. He was world title. Mm-hmm. He had other feuds with other people that didn't even involve titles. That's how you make a legacy. Undertaker, same thing. Undertaker didn't always fight at the top of the card. So one year when he fought Big Show and Albert, he was in the opening match. Yeah, I remember. The first match of the damn WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Well deserved, though. Well deserved. I mean, he won. Yeah. But I mean, it has not always been a matter of like, oh, he's got to be in the title picture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't big on calling back old timers. Hogan was the only one that they brought back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To try to make something happen. He was the only one they brought back as far as quote unquote an old timer, him and Flair. But Flair was still able to be relevant. But Flair wasn't going for no world titles. Right. In WWE on his last run. Hogan, now they did let Hogan get the title, but he didn't hold it for long. Right. You know what I'm saying? And his other feuds for what they were. Like, they need to think back to that. Like, okay, cool. Bring these guys back because they have a good fan base and it's gonna make people watch. But don't mess up the storylines that you've been running for the whole year without them. You know what I'm saying? Why are you going to
stop a storyline mid-progress for a part-time.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt just got the title. Let's stop his storyline because Randy Orton got to get the title at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Kevin Owens, he's a good champion. But let's stop his storyline. Let's let Goldberg get the title off of him. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
Whoa. AJ Styles the champion. Whoa. John Cena, we're going to go and let him get this next run one more time before we go make this move.
Right.
You stop progress for part-time.
And just the point, like, once again, how Randy Orton come out and say what he got to say and shits on the talent. You got these guys who walking on eggshells, like Sami Zayn and other people, like in the interview, like, part-times really don't bother me, you know, blah, 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 blah. But they know damn well that shit bothers the fuck out of them. They just can't say it. Because they'll be penalized. They'll be hurt. Their character be hurt. They'll get squashed week after week. And that's, you know, that's what part I don't like about it. Like, Randy Orton can say all that, but if somebody would sit there and say, like, kind of, you know, I kind of don't like the part-timers, you know, just coming in, you know, we work hard all year, and yet, you know, we barely get on the WrestleMania card now. Now, if they was to say some shit like that, next thing you know, they coming out getting destroyed by Braun Strowman or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the shit is not fair anymore. And, like, I mean, it always goes back to Vince McMahon. It all comes back to Vince. How it all works out. Because, like, NXT is the template, is where they need to take the company on both brands. All three actually coming, including NXT as its own. But, like, all three brands need to work around, like, what NXT is doing. And they will do no wrong.
Right.
I mean, like I said, it ain't like shit is not going to sell anymore. Because you're going to have more people watching it and bringing other people to watch it.
Can you think about it? Bobby Roode is 39 years old. John Cena just turned 40, 41. It's not like they're, you know, a decade apart from each other in age. But Bobby Roode's title run is way more enjoyable. Nakamura's what, 37, 38? AJ Styles, 37. Title runs way more enjoyable as quote unquote older veterans because of the fact they gave them an opportunity to shine in the capacity that they are. Samoa Joe, 37, like as NXT champion. No, I don't want No Way Jose to be the NXT champion. Not when you got guys like Eric Young and Samoa Joe in the company. Not when you just brought back Drew Galloway. Not when you got CN and Hideo. Not when you got Aleister Black in your company. Hell no, I don't want No Way Jose to be anywhere near the damn NXT title.
Right.
He's good for, you know, get the crowd started, get them hyped up. But he ain't no damn title contender.
He's a good Santino.
He's a good Santino. But the point is that these guys are older. Some in their early 30s, some in their later 30s. But the title runs are not being forced on us.
Right.
Bobby Roode was brought in as a highly talented, highly coveted free agent. He's been there, and he's been on at the top since he got there. Eric Young, losing matches. Some of everybody. Sanity lose matches. Putting over talent. When you got a good blend of talent, older talent, veteran talent is going to put over talent. That veteran talent is going to keep the interest. That's what makes a good company to me. Not when you got all your part-timers in all the main spots. Because there ain't no way that you can tell me that Sami Zayn shouldn't have had his own match. There's no way you can tell me that Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose should have had an Intercontinental title match on the kickoff show. For the Intercontinental title.
At WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania.
Right.
It's unnecessary.
It's time to move forward, dude. Time to move forward. So that was our open discussion on GTW this week. Anything else?
No, I was hoping we talked about it. That's what I wanted to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
So we were in the same wavelength this week about that. Because it didn't sit well with me.
Dig that. Well, that would do it for our podcast this week. Check out, what else did I say? GTS. Check out GTS on all the social media websites such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Check out other podcasts on 1515 Now, such as RBU, Mommy's Wine Time, the MWT, Lace 'em Up, Equal Opposites, Studio Flow, and the Rundown. And if there's nothing else, this is your boy EJ the King.
It's your guy J.Fields.
And we are out this bitch. Holla.